Are you thinking about buying a house but feeling totally overwhelmed? Stick around and we'll share our best advice for getting ready. Here are our top 5 tips to getting pre-qualified. Mr. Lister is here to help you buy or sell your home affordably without a traditional agent. To learn more, subscribe and check out our website in the description. We're also on TikTok and Instagram at Mr. Lister Realty. Number 5. Start the process early. Pre-approval can take several weeks. One of the scariest yet most important things to do when you decide you want to buy a home is talking to a loan officer to get pre-qualified. It's scary because you don't want to be told that you don't qualify or can't get approved. It's important because if you aren't fully pre-qualified for a loan with a reputable lender, you can't even make an offer to buy a home. We suggest prioritizing pre-qualification as the first thing you do in the process of buying a home. Sometimes, after you've been pre-qualified, you'll find that the lender says you can actually afford more than you feel comfortable paying. That's fine. Don't stress. Just let your realtor know, and they can set up your search where you feel comfortable. At Mr. Lister, the last thing we want is for our clients to feel uncomfortable after buying a home because they spent too much. This is sometimes referred to as being house poor, and nobody wants to be in that position. We also suggest using a local lender. The big banks think of you as just a number, where a local lender cherishes that relationship and many times aims to make it all-encompassing and long-term. You don't want to walk into the perfect house with your realtor and not be pre-qualified to buy. Chances are you'll miss out, and we certainly don't want that for our clients. Number 4, get your finances in order. Many people just assume that they can't buy a house. They think that their credit is not good enough, and maybe they don't have enough money saved. Oftentimes, they are surprised to learn that they can afford to buy a nicer home than they thought possible. Most credit issues are fixable in a relatively short period of time. Many mortgages these days are less expensive than rent. Plus, they offer possible tax savings as well. Not to mention the appreciation of value over time. Bottom line, anyone can buy a home. But getting your credit and finances in order first will help make the process easier and less stressful. Number 3, get your documents prepared. There's generally a basic set of documentation required to get pre-qualified. You are going to need to provide the lender with this: 1 month's most recent pay stubs, the most recent 60 days of bank and investment statements with all pages included, W-2s for the past 2 years, and a driver's license, passport, or other valid picture ID. Screenshots of your bank and investment account balances will not work. Lenders need to see your account number and all the information on a statement in order for it to be acceptable. Although tax returns may not be needed, having a copy in the format that the IRS uses makes it easy for the lender if they need them. For identification, just take a picture of your driver's license using your phone. Quick and easy. We recommend creating a file on your computer where you keep and update all of that information frequently. This is a great way to stay organized and not be overwhelmed when it's requested by the lender. Number 2, shop around for lenders. There are tons of lenders out there helping buyers finance loans to buy a home. We suggest talking to a couple of them, preferably ones that have been referred to you by friends and family. Most rates and programs tend to be relatively close, no matter who you speak with. So going with a strong referral and someone you feel like you click with is really important. A solid loan officer is one who always picks up the phone and believes that no question is a dumb question. Remember, as we've stressed several times before, be very careful of the big banks. We find that they tend to work only 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. They don't care about developing a long-term relationship, and they tend to have little expertise of the individual area you are buying in, which can negatively impact a bunch of things, including your appraisal. If that lender only works weekdays 9 to 5, who's going to help you when you're out looking at homes on the weekend? Who you pick to help you is super important. It can mean the difference between buying your dream home and being super frustrated and renting again. And here's my number one tip. Get your wish list ready to go. Once you've picked your lender, given them the documentation they need, and have officially been pre-qualified, you are going to want to get your house wish list ready to go. This is the fun part. What things are you willing to compromise on? And what are your non-negotiables? We generally look at must-haves versus nice-to-haves. Your must-haves generally include the minimum number of bedrooms and bathrooms, with or without a basement, detached home versus townhome, etc. Your nice-to-haves tend to be the finishes and things that can be added later. For example, granite countertops, fenced-in backyard, jacuzzi tub, etc. There's no such thing as the perfect house. You will have to compromise on something, so be prepared ahead of time. In a hot market with little inventory, sometimes it makes sense to look at the cheapest, most beat-up house in the neighborhood you love. With the help of a good lender, you can get the money to renovate that ugly house in your dream neighborhood and make it your dream home. Having the ability to choose finishes, paint, etc., instead of buying someone else's preferences. Be realistic and optimistic when thinking about what you want in a home. You'll be surprised at how effective doing this ahead of time is when it comes to narrowing down choices and making a final decision. Because after all, that's why we're doing all of this, right? To find the absolute best home with the best terms for you and your family. In conclusion, buying a home can be difficult when you're not prepared. We've armed you with the information you need to make this process as easy as possible. Mr. Lister Realty doesn't only work with sellers. We love buyers too. Why should a buyer work with Mr. Lister Realty? There are many reasons, such as experience, honesty, integrity, and transparency. We also take a portion of our commission paid to us by the seller and give it back to our buyer at settlement. Why? Because we can, and we want to help our buyers in any way possible. If you're at that point, thinking about buying a home, give us a call. We have several preferred lenders that we've worked with for years and that we trust implicitly. They'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching and learning more about pre-qualification. Don't forget to subscribe and check out our website in the description. You can also find us on TikTok and Instagram at Mr. Lister Realty. See you next time.